Sweet. Welcome back to Against the Iron Storm with Dread Canary. I am the Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we continue our Iron Man run, where I play every difficulty twice, and having completed a difficulty twice, increase the difficulty. If we ever lose, I have to go out to the menu and reset my progress, starting over from the tutorial and continuing again. The hope is that eventually we will beat Prestige 20 twice. Now, on my personal for fun round, where I've got everything unlocked, my own game, I have beaten Prestige 20 about 50% of the games I've played recently. So, this challenge is rough, and even getting to Prestige 20 could be a bit of a challenge because I do not have everything unlocked. Having said all of that, we are still on Prestige 7. And here's how we check that. Since we know we have to beat it all twice, if we have an even number completed, we have to increase the difficulty, but we haven't. We've only done an odd number, so we continue on our most recently played difficulty. Let's go back out to our overworld. Take a look at our last one. It was Escucha. Ruined Settlement. Love the Ruined Settlement. It's very nice, but we were on Royal Woodlands, and I don't want this to get stale by always playing on the same biome, so I think this time let's go ahead and head out to the Marshlands. And we shall name ourselves something like Pelicans. Sure, why not? And taking a look at our possible caravans, this has 8 people, this has 9 people. This also has 9 people, but it includes harpies, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'm going to go with the middle one, because I do want to have 9 people, but also I find that on a map where it's really encouraged to use camps, that for some reason lizards seem to work better. Plus, of course, I want a human for that Firekeeper bonus. Hey, look! Someone showed up in chat already. Glad to see you're here. Happy you can be with us. We are still on Prestige 7. Now, as I said, the Marshlands heavily encourage you to use camps. So we're going to go ahead and take camps. And let's also grab some extra meat for all of our lizards on the off chance it makes them happy. And let's get into it. Okay. Hot springs. Rainwater geysers produce pleasant heat in their vicinity. Geyser pump operators get +10 to resolve. Well, we're not using this. And the reason we're not using this is because on the current patch, the geysers are useless. Like, there's not really a good reason to use them. The patch that's coming out this Thursday is going to... This Thursday? Might be next Thursday. The next patch that comes out is going to overhaul them and kind of change the way the geysers work. So hopefully that'll be more worthwhile. But as of now, it doesn't do much. So this is a... maybe. Okay, villagers who don't have housing get a -5 penalty to their resolve. Well, I guess that's a good argument for early housing. Burning cysts takes longer. That's a good reason not to use geysers, so I don't get cysts. We need clothing or people are going to get mad. Yeah, this is why we definitely need housing, because we're not going to be able to keep up with coats. That's just not viable. And double services or people die. Well, let's not get to Hostility 6. It's the... Oh, yes, chat's telling me it's this Thursday. I lose track. Now, of course, because it's Prestige, we do get our escalating debuffs. Most recent one, of course, is that villagers use twice as much, or sorry, 50% chance to use twice as many luxury goods when consuming services. Okay, now, of course, we want a woodcutter's camp, and we want a woodcutter's camp. We want a human in the hearth. That's not a human. And I'm going to go ahead and hold down shift so I can say only marked trees, because on the marshlands, I can get those beautiful straight lines that I really like to have. I don't have OCD. It's not a medical condition. It does not interfere with my life. I just really, really like straight lines and order when I can get it. I think it looks neat. So we are going to go ahead and do it. And that's really the difference between a vague preference and liking things a certain way and a medical condition is, does it interfere with your life? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 4 in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and do this. for our road system. Just a little whoop. That. There we go. And let's go up to speed 3. Drop a couple of lizards. And since we know we're going to need housing very early on due to that early resolve debuff, first thing I'm going to do is tell them, hey, you know what? Go ahead and make some basic shelters. +1 global resolve every 2 caches. This can scale amazingly well. 5 pigment for every 10 insects produced. I don't love free pigment, especially not with these 2 races. Whatever third race I have is going to want it, but these 2 don't get much out of pigment. Free amber every time a trader arrives can be good, but we're not at the point where this is as essential. There are late prestige levels where this becomes huge. And a 75% chance for double yields for farmers. Now the problem, of course, is that I'm not expecting to be farming much in the marshlands. So I'm going to get the bed and breakfast. Nothing here is bad enough that I need a reroll, but nothing here is great that I'm excited about it. With shelters housing 3 people, I will need 3 shelters for a total of 9 housing. Okay, packs of crops to get amber, more packs of crops, and faster planting. Again, benefit for farms. Or we need a herbalist camp and mushrooms in order to get more herb production when we get herbs, plus some people. Let's get the people. Rich Harvest is back, and I didn't love it before. I don't love it now. +1 flat production to copper ore can be massive. This is the start of a chain that you need for tools, and of course copper roads are the best roads. Biscuit diet is great, but I hesitate to take cornerstones in year 1 that don't pay off for so long. Yeah, chat, the reason I didn't take biscuit diet is, again, because farmers, and I don't know how much I'm going to need farmers on this map. I love biscuit diet if I know I'm going a farming strat. It's amazing. Biscuit diet makes the herb garden overpowered. It's why the herb garden is one of my favorite, or my favorite farm. It just is my favorite farm. I'm going to get TikTok here because we know I'm going to do the dangerous glades. If I don't get 2 dangerous glades done, I've already lost. So we'll take it. It's basically a free point. Sell 20 goods worth of stuff. I'm obviously going to do that anyway. 20 grain isn't that great on its own, plus it requires me to get packs of crops, which means that's food that's not going to people. And I've already got a people reward, so I don't want a 4-person reward. Let's take booming economy. Now, as I said, I want the shelters. I, of course, need to, because I've got so many people rewards, let's move these lizards a little bit further in and set up another shelter. And then I will want an herbalist camp and a trapper camp. And then we might as well queue up some comforting walls. I am going to move these walls later, but for now this seems like a good place to put them. So that's it. We're just moving around here. There we go. Everybody's got housing, so it's going to boost our resolve a little bit. Spreading it down the road. Just going. Oh, let's just pop them to this side now. There we go. Pop them right over here. Look at that. It's like someone just took a razor and just right down the line. I love that. There we go. There is our herbalist camp. And we're getting mushrooms from trees, which is why this is ticking up. Just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and say don't eat mushrooms. We're going to want to turn that off as soon as I turn in the order. So hopefully I remember to turn it off. There's nothing worse than being like, why are my people starving? And I've got 100 food, and then you look, and it's because you forgot to turn off consumption. Happens to me quite often. especially with how distracted I get by chat. Just continuing to clear out our nice initial area. Just move this down this way. Move this way. Now you notice I haven't even taken any of my buildings yet. I haven't needed to. I think we're going to be okay with one hostility. So I'm doing this just to balance them out, because when they both take their resolve hit... Yeah, that way they're both fine. If I didn't do this, then lizards would be at 0, and I'd have to worry about it. Let's go ahead and collect some mushrooms. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this in. Well, okay, now we know what our third race is. Let's get rid of this and throw a harpy in there. It's an alchemy building, so they've got a 10% chance of double production. And I'm going to remember to go back to consumption and tell them, hey, you can eat mushrooms, that's fine. But, of course, our harpies are unhappy, so I've got to do this. But only for like 10 seconds. Boom. Okay, we're in our next year, so let's unfavor them and select... I think I want lizards here. I'm not really ready for more harpies just yet. Baptism of Fire could be really good. This would let me use geysers and the new system as a way of lowering hostility. Mushroom seedlings is nice if I go farms. I'm going to go with rich glades, though. We're already encouraged to use camps, so we're just going to lean into that with the rich glades, and I'm thinking I want this as our first glade. So we're going to go ahead and pop this open. Do I have the resources to deal with a glade event this early? I have no idea, so hopefully this doesn't kill the run. Yes, we do. Now, I'm going to take food stockpiles because I think I can get away with it. Let's see. Chat says, made it a whole year without choosing blueprints. I sometimes do that by accident. Yeah, I usually choose them right away. Like, this isn't a strategy that I normally engage in. It just happens that I didn't see a need to rush it. Ooh, smokehouse. Okay, that's good. There's some farmland, so if we have an option on a farm, we should probably take it. And we can turn food into money. I don't think I need people right now. But let's go ahead and see what we can get. Now, bear with me just a moment here. All right. Yep. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and continue on. So looking at our options here, we have the option of a bakery, which biscuits, pie, great. Leather worker, which they have a bonus for working in. They'd be happy to work in. And fabric, which we need for harpy houses. The kiln, which lets us make coal and bricks, though bricks and jerky are both at 1 star, and the smokehouse means we don't need the 1-star jerky. So, and on the marshlands, there's oftentimes coal mines, so I'm not too worried about the kiln. I'm actually going to get the furnace here. 1, as the basis for making tools. 2, as a way for me to get bricks. And, of course, pie is nice. We've got a free smokehouse, so we don't need the smokehouse. The clothier could be good for fighting the stormburst effect, but I'm going to try to tank the stormburst effect at least the first few times. We'll see how that goes. And I really want more efficient fabric before I try to make coats, which would make me think the weaver would be really good. But in this case, I'm going to take the supplier. And the reason I'm taking the supplier is, 1, it counts as a cloth building for some reason, so harpies would like working it. 2, it'll let me get planks, which is a basic building material. And 3, it would let me grind flour, and I've already got blueprint for a building that'll let me make pie. So let's go ahead and set up that kind of chain. Well, look at that. Herb garden. I mean, the smithy at this point is a good idea because we've got the ability to make copper bars, but we've found the farmlands, and we've got the ability to make pie, so let's take the herb garden. And for this one, I'm going to take the tool shop. Because tools are more important than coats. Coats will help us keep our resolve up, but tools can win the game outright. The Explorer's Lodge is also tempting to get us to tier 3 hubs, but when you've got a chance to get tools, you're going to need the tools. So, now we've got some basic production buildings, which means I should start producing stuff, yeah? Let's go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to put a supplier right here. And then we're going to take a furnace and wang it down there. And a tool shop right there. So this just needs planks. This just needs planks. And that needs planks and fabric. So what we're going to do is we're going to say this should be priority that. We are going to say we want 2 planks and nothing else to start with. Let's put a couple of lizards in here. Let's get to it. Okay, 40 oil and 40 flour. The flour is easy. 5 villagers, 2 wildfire essence, and farmer carrying capacity is good for harvesting. But on the other hand, 3 free humans that get an instant bonus resolve and 2 parts when parts are expensive. Let's go ahead and do parts. I don't love crops, but okay. Produce 55 stone in the stonecutters camp to get +1 stone production and a plantation. This is a free blueprint, but we do have to do it within 7 minutes 30 seconds. We've got 14 building materials. There are 86 charges here. Okay. Now the thing is, if you're going to commit to a timed order, you should commit to the timed order. By which I mean you're going to throw your entire population at it. Or maybe not entire population, but you are going to throw tons and tons of resources at it. So right now I have 2 free people. We're going to go ahead and take this lizard off of what he's doing. I don't know if I finished that. Might have. Let's go ahead and stop producing planks. Because what we want to do is, as fast as possible, jump on this. Now ideally I'd make a warehouse down here too, but I don't think I need to. I think we'll be okay. Okay, they made a supplier. I'm kind of okay with that. We've already produced 6. And we're not going to keep the second stonecutters camp. Like, I don't need a second one. But I'm putting it in there to make sure I get this in time. Because we've lost half our time already. I think we're okay. This is going to be close. Okay, well, here's hoping. I don't think I've got enough time to build a third, even if I delete other buildings, so We're just going to go with it and hope that I made it. And if I didn't, that's bad. Let's go ahead and say don't make planks here anymore. And the furnace is where we're going to make bricks. So don't make bricks ever. You're just going to make fabric, and we're going to make it out of just leather for now. And let's set a cap of 20 on that to make sure that we don't burn all of our supplies. Now, of course, it is the storm. I've got 94 wood. I don't need to be dealing with hostility too, given that I have harpies. Let's go ahead and move this down here. We're going to take these guys. We're going to move this all the way into the corner. And the reason for this is what I want to do is I want to completely clear our farmland. Of course, both harpies and lizards are unhappy, but we can make the... we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You really have to commit, and I just didn't get there in time. It's going to be close, but it's not going to be close enough. Dang. Alright, well, that's a failure. Go ahead and do this. And go ahead and do this real quick just to pop our lizards back up. Okay. Hey, well, we can get... Okay, this is a rough choice. Because free grain means free flour. Also free packs of crops. Which makes pie easier to get. 40% quicker wood cutting is really good for wood, and we need a lot of wood. But +2 to stone production is a huge boost to stone, and basically guarantees that we'd always have enough stone. Hard choice. In this instance, I'm thinking I'm going to go with the reinforced axes. I think right now I want trees down faster than or more than I want more resources. And that is a tough call, because more resources is always great. Well, looks like we're getting some humans. We'll add a second harpy here. Rehire these wood choppers. And let's go! Now, the reason I turned off production here is because I'm going to delete the camp, but I want to get all the resources out of it. I'm not confident that I'd have the resources if I just deleted it. So let's go ahead and get that delivered. Well, hey, there's where we're going to get our cloth, but first... That's a problem. That is a problem. Okay. Let's build ourselves a market. You get fired. We delete this. Gets us our parts back. And let's go ahead and investigate that. Okay. Should have done this in a different order, but that's all right. Old Farliff. Okay, so Farliff, let's see what we need. We need 30 incense or scrolls or oil, 30 incense, scrolls, or oil, or 12 tools. There's oil. There's tools. Now, 12 tools is 2772. 30 oil is 810. So obviously we're going to do this with oil. Double checking that I can do it with oil. Yes. You don't have incense or scrolls. That's fine. So we're definitely going to buy this. And I'm going to buy it with copper bars, because as much as I can make tools, it'll be a bit, and I saw a spot where I'd be able to mine these copper bars. Let's go down to 13 and save the rest with leftover wood, just so I don't overpay. Yeah, okay. Now down here, let's see, pigment, no. Packs production, it's fine. Free bricks from pottery, no thank you. Stone production could be good. Free copper ore, and 30 wood for every open cache. I don't think I need this, but I do want that. So let's go ahead and pay get 1, 2, 3 more. And let's undo this, add more tools. Hey look, now I just add 1 wood. And suddenly we're at exactly what we needed. That's great. We're going to go over here. We're going to say 2 lizards. And 5 ancient tablets is a lot of money. 3 global resolve is huge. Because we've got cloudburst that we've got to deal with. Good call. Nobody wants to see that. Hey, chat says I already have extra food stockpiles. Yes. Very nice. Found them in like the first thing. More for the tree clearing speed than the resources. Yeah. Yeah, reinforced axes is so good. It really is. Especially when you're only working with 2 camps. Like, my policy used to always go up to 3 camps. But obviously I'm not doing that right now. Working effects, -10 for amber. You know what? Let's cancel this. Did I forget to pick up... I forgot to order it. Like, why are my people mad? It's because I forgot to spend the amber, and I've got a Glade event. So fixing that... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Let's investigate the workshop. And then, you know, we can just straight up delete the workstation. Now, it is a bit of a waste that I'm only getting this workshop so I can have cloth, because we already got a building for 2-star bricks and for 2-star planks. But if I ever need a lot of a building material, I can use the workshop for that. Plus, of course, more efficient fabric is just a great way for me to boost Harpy's resolve, and Harpies are moody, moody people. No, I don't want to commit to having to get a specific blueprint, and my last timed order already kind of bit me, so we're not doing this. And I'm definitely going to end up with 50 copper at some point, so let's end up with 50 copper at some point and get free parts. Sounds great to me. Let's see. I tried 2 camps for a bit, but I always ran out of wood. 3 camps is kind of a pain for gaining rep, but the extra space and wood is very worthwhile. It is, yes, and I will make the transition to 3 camps in every game that I play, but having played on Prestige, like 20, where you... Basically, when parts are a limiting factor on how many camps you can make, I had to learn how to deal with just 2 camps, and then go to 3 once I have all my other camps built, to make sure that I don't run out of resources to get what I need from the woods. Chat says, I almost never find workshops in the wild. Yeah, it's nice when it shows up. Open 3 caches to get plus 10 glade carrying. Oh, that's nice. Again, we don't love the water system right now, and I'm ignoring a timed order, so let's get open caches, because it's how I want to play anyway. Scouts are idle. Why are scouts idle? No, 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 no. Always check your messages, people. Let's go ahead and go here, and we just want to be making fabric for now, and just out... Well, no, make it out of anything. That's fine. And yeah, chat missed our time to order, where we tried to get 55 stone from 2 stone cutting camps, and we just couldn't quite do it in time. Prestige 5 plus really changes the math on extra camps. Yes. Still end up with 3 eventually? Indeed. Yeah, 3. When I get late enough, I like going to 4 if I can. Like, lumber camps are great. You tried the experimental patch for the new system? Is it any good? I don't play on the experimental patch. I have access to it. But between streaming twice a week and practice games to make sure that I'm staying up, I just don't find the need to do that. Plus, it seems like a lot of feedback comes out once they release it anyway, so I'm not sure how helpful the experimental patch is. I just, you know, I don't think it's all that necessary. Maybe I'll do a bonus stream there at some point. Oh, look, my people are just eating mushrooms. And again, I do not want to deal with cloudburst. So we are going to fire wood choppers to not have to deal with cloudburst. We are, however, going to come in here and send those to the Citadel. We are going to farm fields that. How many charges do we have left on this? 1. Perfect. Let's go ahead and favor harpies, and let's make some harpy-specific housing. Herbalist camp is empty. That's fine. We'll go ahead and move the herbalist camp over here. We're going to put both harpies in the supplier, where they will enjoy working. We'll turn off favoring them. "47 seconds. Minute 30. Perfect, so that's not going to cause us any problems. We just want to pop lizards up a bit. And then swap back to harpies. Keeping everyone happy for the storm. We want 2 lizards in the small trapper's camp, because we're running out of food. We're going to take that one again because we're running out of food. We're going to rehire wood choppers, which will now have 1 set of lizards and 1 set of humans. And since we're still working on our previous dangerous glade, I'm not going to try to open another one this year. I want to stabilize our food production situation. So that's kind of what's up. That's why we're waiting. Okay, now, Trade Hub, great way to just auto-win. You sell a bunch of stuff, you're going to win. Lost supplies, free food when you complete glade events. This is nice, but it does require you to constantly push glade events. Exploration Expedition can be good, but I don't like giving myself a constant -5 penalty, especially since I don't like opening glades and dealing with dangerous glade events during the storm. Some of those have nasty resolve penalties, and we already have problems with that. So I'm going to take Protected Trade. Protected Trade will keep us from ever hitting Hostility 6, where people will auto-die without services. And hopefully we can use this to kind of keep ourselves bouncing above and below Hostility 3 to maybe not have to deal with Cloudburst. Chat says, was taking that small amount of food worth it? The extra parts means another camp for more resources. Great question. I don't know. I think it was worth it, but I don't know mathematically. Like, I couldn't give you a formula, but I think we'll be okay. Ooh, Advanced Trapper's Camp is really good. I've already got a tool shop. I've already got the ability to make flour. So, like, the smithy just gives me coats. The greenhouse would only be adding mushrooms, but I'm getting mushrooms from the trees, and I'm getting herbs from the herb garden that I have yet to make. An upgraded Trapper's Camp is huge, especially when one, there's already some large nodes that we can get, and 2, one of these forbidden, these flamin' hot glades out here, as I used to call them, because these were spicy and these were flaming hot. One of the flaming hot ones is going to have those giant, like that giant carcass of meat for us to harvest, and you really need a big Trapper's Camp for that. Plus, I think there's another efficiency thing in there that I'm not fully, like, I don't completely know. Guys, I need you to finish getting the amber out of here, please. I was really hoping to plant something this year, and it doesn't look like we will. But we do have enough parts that I'm going to go ahead and set up a second trapper's camp. Again, I might delete this later just to get my parts back. There we go. Food, herb garden. Okay, and I left that nice little gap there for a warehouse. Let's go ahead and get some more lizards on food. Sahilda, hey girl, how you doing? Foragers camp, yes, please. Also, trade routes for ancient tablets take forever. Just use greenhouses for the first time yesterday. My balls, do they feel great to use. New favorite farm. Greenhouses are great, though they do require a lot of staffing because you have to have both them and the rain collector going. Now, because ancient tablets take so long to sell via trade routes, I generally just sell them to the traders for as much money as I can get. And down here, I don't care about free wine. I don't have any beavers. Clay production is nice. Bonus fabric production I love. And of course, faster movement is just a global economic boost. So 31, 44 is the ideal. So we'd want 34 more amber, which we can almost get with our ancient tablets. So if I sell wood, scrolled right past it. There we go. Now we can get this, and this, and that. And now we've got some massive production bonuses that are going to be huge. And of course, that gives us our booming economy, which I can turn in for... I don't want people just yet. I love taking, like... I would love to just take people as soon as possible at all times. But we're having food issues, and I want to get those... solved before we grab anybody else. I'd hate to accept people just for them to starve. Let's see. Chat says agreed about the greenhouses. They take some investment, but are so worth it, especially if you can get plus mushrooms or plus herbs. Yes. The consistency makes it so much more worth it, though. Plus, as far as I can tell, one person on the rain collector is enough for 2 farms or something. Yeah. So, in my experience, 2 fully staffed rain collectors is enough to power 3 greenhouses, which is what I generally do, because if I've taken the greenhouse as my first farm building, I'm using them in place of a farm field, and you can fit a greenhouse here, and here, and here, no problem. Like, there's just not quite enough space to fit 4. Lots of wood. There goes our farms. Much later in the year than I was hoping for, but you know what? We got there in the end. And we've got some unhoused people that I really want to fix. Plus, we need to be making bricks, yo. Let's go ahead and make bricks. Just make as many bricks as you can. We'll throw a couple lizards in there where they will be exceptionally happy. We're going to come up here and farm, or not farm, we're going to chop a nice little area there. You are out of fabric that you can make, so let's fire you and put you on bricks. Another set of orders. Trade 45 and get 40 spark 2, or have 20 aesthetics buildings. Now, +1 packs of goods. This is good for trading for extra packs of provisions. 2 of my species like biscuits, and wildfire essence is nice, but wildfire essence doesn't matter because we get it either way. Builders carrying more, I don't love. Traders coming faster, I do think is great. Of these, I'm definitely going to get the value of goods sold. I'll probably get the aesthetics too, but it'll take longer. Let's see. Main drawback with greenhouses is the nasty-looking fertile ground on the spots left over. Yeah. The chat saying you can cover them with decorations. I try to cover them with roads. Like, I just run a road around there and put a warehouse up against it, and it covers it up a treat. You can certainly hide those nasty patches of unused greenery. Trading versus... You know what? Let's go with export specialization. I don't love it, but that's okay. How far back does this go? Pretty far back. And our roads... Or not our roads, our comforting wall can get moved. And let's go ahead and start making some specialized housing, shall we? Because we got bricks, we don't really have fabric, but we can't really have fabric right now, though, I mean, we are going to get leather, just not a lot of it. Oh, yeah, it's missing bricks. That would make sense. You're producing bricks as fast as you can. Let's set a cap of 100 bricks. And, of course, we don't want to deal with cloudburst, so... you know, I'm not going to take 2 years off of Dangerous Glades. So we are going to... Whoop! And just in case you missed it, we are going to... Whoop! That works too. I just hate double roading side to side. Wider roads look so off. If it's only on a few spots. Double roads do look really off. I agree, but I don't usually have that problem. Like, I'm not quite sure why you would need to double road just to hide the extra space around your greenhouses. Like, you can pack them in there pretty tight. And then I guess you got a little bit here. But, like, if this is a warehouse, then you just put, like, as they were saying, like, just a couple flowers here and you've got a nice block, like a nice city block. Okay, we're down to Hostility 2. We have 118. And if we burn wood, it's 36 minutes for a 2-minute storm. So we'd lose half our wood to keep ourselves down to Hostility 1. I don't think I need to do that, given that the Harpies are currently extremely happy. But I do need to put humans in here. And we are going to say don't make any herbs right now, because I can't eat herbs directly just yet. It depends on how the fertile ground is shaped. That's true, yeah. Well, it looks like we didn't have to burn anything. That's nice. We are going to set a cap of 100 planks. And we're going to never make water skins, but we're going to say up to 500 flour, which I will get to. It's just a question of when. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah. That's nice. Our stone cutters are out of stone to stone cuts, so let's go ahead and fire them. And grab ourselves a nice forager's camp. Do I have extra parts? No, not at present. But we will go ahead and hire some lizards to chop here. Fuel recipes being faster is nice. Assist removing more corruption is good. Traders having the cornerstone. I'm going to take the 40 hostility for every hub upgraded to level 2. We know how much I love upgrading hubs anyway. And we're trying to stay under hostility 3 if possible. Let's just get one harpy here, because I don't really have good spots to... We can go ahead and get some more harpies. We're going to staff this workshop with harpies, making as much fabric as they can. And now, yeah. go ahead and do that booming economy. Because I need... Okay, so we've got 7 harpies. 2 are here. 2 are here. I've got 3 left over. Looks like we got some harpy wood choppers. That's how this is going to go. Next, Dangerous Glade. We've got some fallen human explorers. Perfect. And we're going to get more wood food stockpiles and parts. That's excellent. That is so excellent. Go ahead and investigate that. And hey, look at that. Another stone deposit. Let's go ahead and put some lizards on that stone deposit. And we will grab a makeshift post. Let's see. I had this weird shaped patch one time. It looked like 2 different patches, so I stuck a plantation in the middle and put a couple of greenhouses to make up the extra spots it wouldn't get to. Nice. That's a good use of space. Hey, we got a first-time chat. Glad to see you're here. I think I've almost always take Safe Haven when it's often. Yeah, Safe Haven's just so good. Anything that can reduce hostility is massively good, and it's always going to be massively good, even if they nerf it, because hostility just gives you all the negative side effects in the game. That's where the side effects come from. Let's go ahead and... No, not yet. But let's go ahead and delete this, because that is ugly, and I want some more human houses right up in there. And I'm going to put another row of houses back here. Let's go ahead and say harpy, harpy, lizard. And we are going to move this out of the way. And we are going to, I think the gate's going to look better on this side. So we are going to just move this way, move this here. We'll probably end up making that a corner in the near future. But for now, it can stay as a double wide spot. And that can be there. And we are going to make ourselves a gate. You know what's great about gates? They let you put roads under them because they don't technically take up all 3 spots, which means you can put a wall inside of a gate. It's a really interesting idea that they're like, they make a thing that takes up this square, but technically both of these squares are empty. So like I can put this wall crossing here. Oh, no, I can't. But I could put anything here. So like you can make yourself a gate and you can put a flower bed in the gap if you want to. And I just think that's really cool. Nice stream. Hey, I'm glad you're liking it. Glad you're here. I think one of the few things I would take over Safe Haven is better hostility cornerstone, or maybe the meat cornerstone that gets better over time. Would you mind if I ask a question? No, not at all. That's why I stream, is so I can get engagement. I think chat is a huge part of what makes this stream better. One of my friends who checks in occasionally says that I'm a lot more animated and a lot more interesting when chat's talking to me. So, fire away. Oop. Let's go ahead and do that. Like, we're not at the point where we're big enough where I only respond to people who are subbed or who are donating money. Like, I got 6 people in chat right now, so I'm not gonna turn anything away if it's content. Would you be interested in adding more Twitch? Okay, no. Nope. You are trying to sell. We're not doing that. So, looks like the bots are getting better. That's okay. At least, maybe not a bot, but whatever. Yeah. Clearly not a bot. Because you actually took the time to ask if you could ask a question. Pretty advanced. Good show. Much more effort. Not something I'm ever gonna go for. But thanks. I'm glad to see that there are people who still put effort into salesmanship. That's great. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, hey, look, Sother showed up. We gotta talk to Sother. What do you got? I don't want to buy reputation. Scrolls production, no. Shorter storms, longer clearances. Longer clearances are much better than shorter storms. But also, shorter storms are good if I can get them. I don't think I can get them. I don't think I can get them. I'm not going to try to get them. Let's go! We do, however, want to start making pie out of flour and herbs. And we are going to turn on herbs. Selling art is hard, man. Can't blame a dude for trying. Ah, I didn't realize that they were selling custom art. That... Okay. Still not something I'm going to go for, but, you know, much more respect. I tend to tune things out as soon as I notice they're trying to sell me anything. Let's go ahead and do this. And we are going to... Yeah, I think we're good. Too many people, not enough wallets. That's true. Especially when I'm not currently making money. I'm allowed... Like, I'm at the point on Twitch where I'm allowed to make money. But not at the number of subscribers where I actually do. It's fun. He was trying to sell graphics to pretty up your channel. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Very cool that that's a thing. Unfortunately, I can't do that. All the custom graphics that I have were drawn by a friend of mine because they liked my they liked the name and they were inspired by the name and gave me permission to use their art. So this guy was drawn by a friend of mine. And I had to touch it up a little bit, but so was this. Open 3 dangerous glades, solve 2 glade events to get bonus ore production plus free copper. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, no, 12 parts. 12 parts and trade routes being faster by 40%. Trade Baron it is. Trade Baron it is. Yeah, the grind is just beginning, exactly. Okay, so we're getting more food. This is good. We're making bricks. We haven't started making pie yet. We've got a ton of stone. That's true. What do I have for... Okay, we need 3 lizard houses and a human house. 18, 22. We need another hearth is where we're at. We need another hearth, and that looks like a great spot for one. Let's go ahead and put a lizard house here. And we're going to put a road there. Yeah. Okay, I love this. Here, okay. So I'm going to... No, let's get rid of you. What we're going to do is we're going to put a gate over the road right there. And we are going to... Road. These are not roads. Why am I saying road? These are walls. Wall. Ever find yourself just repeating things and then realizing later that you're just chatting nonsense? Happens to me all the time. We want 100 fabric. In the near future, I want to start working on packs of crops and packs of provisions. And of course, we need to work on the geyser situation. But right now, our hostility is too high. Are we under 50? We're under 50. Should be alright. have this bad habit of making all my warehouses near hearths. I know it's not needed, but it just feels right. It's a mess replacing production buildings, though. Hey, the game tells you about hubs that use both of those, so, I mean, they get you early in the tutorial. Repeating stuff can help you focus. Nothing wrong with that. It's true. I get the impression that that's not why I'm doing it, but, yeah. I mean, I'm the kind of person who processes ideas out loud. So when I was a kid and I heard that talking to yourself was a sign of madness, I was like, oh, am I crazy? Because, I don't know, I had ideas, and I needed to verbalize them, to process them. And since no one was around who wanted to listen to me, I would go off by myself and talk. But that's okay. All that common wisdom about what is signs of madness and what isn't is mostly wrong. Like, it's just wrong. Okay, resolve is low. We ran out of fuel. How? Oh, we must have... Okay. Which means we're about to get cloud bursted if I don't do this. Okay. Let's grab some more people. Harpies? Harpies. I still lean that way on warehouses, but I try to break it. With parts being so scarce early, it's a habit that should be broken. Optimal placement is something to strive for. I don't think that way at all. Like, I still don't care about optimal placement that much. Oh, that's hot. Okay. So, this is the game giving me impossible options. Exploration training. Yeah, we're going to ignore this one. There are 2 species here that like brawling, but 1, I have to get a specific kind of service building. 2, I have to build a specific kind of service. And then we just get stuff back from events. We're not doing that. Optimal placement is what looks the best. Yes, thank you, chat. That is what I'm saying. Hunter-gatherers. We are on the map that gives you faster gathering the more gatherers you have, doubling their production while decreasing fertile soil. Could be huge if I didn't already have an active farm going. We already know I don't like the exploration expedition. But the thing that made me stand up and go, ooh, is the woodcutter's prayer. Because +1 to wood production is a huge boost to how much wood you end up getting. Just how fast you can get wood. I do have to lose all my stored fuel, so I'm going to lose my 50 coal and 20 oil to do it. But I think long term that it is just such a good benefit that I'm going to take it. Especially since I am in the act of actively uncovering mines right now. We're low on fuel, and that's going to be a problem in a minute. Hey, look, we got flour going. I should be making... You know what? Don't make flour right now. And don't make planks either. Just get out of there, and what we're going to do is we're going to make packs of crops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With harpies. Right. It's a new year, and a new year means new glade. I do try to open a new glade every year if I can. A proper settlement where all buildings fit in your grid like roads looks very satisfying. Sometimes picking that cornerstone gets me if I ever have wood unchecked beforehand. Yeah, losing all your fuel can be extremely rough. I don't know why I'm leaving all... Oh, I know I'm leaving all that space free. It's for my rain collectors. We've got food coming in. We've got food slowdown, but hey, another herb garden. That's nice. Let's go ahead and take the... let's... +1 global resolve for open caches can be good. Pottery, not so much. And the tools is nice. Let's go ahead and take it. So now we have 24 housing. don't have any spare parts. Do we have any use for this herb camp right now? No. Fire is going out. Well, no, it's not. Was that hesitation due to that undesired win for the couple's shoes back? No. No, it was due to a long history of undesired wins. Where I'm trying to stall out the game. Stonecutter says nothing nearby. Really? Well, then let's go ahead and move you guys here. We're on 1.5 speed. Oh! I think that's a new... Did they add a new speed? Regardless, let's go ahead and make ourselves a small hearth. And we want it right there. Oh, no, not right there. Here? Here works. Yeah, there works nice. There works nicely. We'll go like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to delete this housing, because we don't need it. How you guys going? Stop making packs of crops. Do start making packs of provisions, but only 10 for now. Let's see. I'm still looking for a game where I can farm those caches and Glade achievements. Yeah, picking Scarlet Orchard whenever I can. No luck, though. It doesn't have to be the Scarlet Orchard. First time I did it was on the Royal Woodlands. It's just a question of making sure that you mass produce camps once you get the chance to mass produce lumber camps and start popping them around to just dig open glades. Low on food. Let's go ahead and put Lizard here. And now let's take a look at our housing situation. Well, for one thing, I want human, lizard, harpy. That's going to let us get a bunch of housing down. We've got another building we can unlock. Do I want a plantation? That's tempting for berries and plant fiber. Clothier could be good, but I have a feeling I'm not going to need it. Let's get the plantation. I'm looking at the brewery, and I'm choosing to take the plantation. My plan was to use the tablets to manage my resolve via hostility reduction so I don't have to rely on bonus resolve and accidentally win. Yeah. So, fun trick there is the guild hall, the guild house, the beaver happiness building that gives you bonus happiness whenever you sell X amount of resources. What you do is you only staff that during the storm, and then you can just tank however bad your resolve gets from the storm, because you're just like, yeah, guild house, suddenly we've got plus 80 happiness and we're fine. Just make sure you fire them before the storm ends so you don't accidentally win. Vliss. Even more cloth production. Okay, let's take a look at this for a second, because currently we're using three materials to make 4 fabric, and if we take this, we can use 3 materials to make 7 fabric, and that is a massive, massive bonus. So, of course, I'm going to do it to be ridiculous. Plus, fuel burning longer is nice. Free packs of provisions with glades isn't huge. It's nice. So, in order of what we want, 17, so we would need 2, 16, 29. Can I justify getting 29? Well, for one thing, I have no trouble selling all my fabric if I get this bonus. Just no trouble at all. Secondly, I'm going to be able to make copper bars. I haven't started mining them at all, so I'm not worried about that. And since I'm going to get copper bars, I don't care about crystallized dew. Which means... do that. And then I think 2 wood. Oh, no, yeah, you won't buy wood. Okay, fine. We'll go a little over. That's okay. I'm not going to buy any of this, because I don't need any of that. A wildfire essence might be nice, now that I'm thinking about it. Are you kidding me? There we go. That's close enough. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, minus 45 hostilities. Very good. Let's go ahead and move this right here. We're going to fire these two harpies. We're going to put them in the rain collector, which is an alchemy building. And the idea here is that I might need the spark dew essence. On top of that, we have enough people that I can upgrade this to a tier 2 hub just instantly. So let's go ahead and make some fences. What are they fences for? No idea. That burn duration, though. I do love some burn duration. Yeah. Yeah. This... You know, I want diversity of food products. So we're going to move these down here. Even though, like, efficiency-wise, I could be getting closer materials. That works for me. I don't have anyone in the supplier. Let's fix that. Don't have anyone in the blight post. Woodcutter's camp has no suitable trees nearby. Really? Let's go ahead and finish clearing out this area here. And, you know, we should probably make this smokehouse. Yeah, burn duration is very nice. It's very, very nice. Let's do that. There we go. Everybody... Oh, no, not everybody's housed. I need another human house. Okay, we've got a smokehouse. Let's go ahead and do this. We want to put lizards in the smokehouse where they will have a jolly time. They are going to make jerky out of wood. No pottery, no incense. Just jerky out of whatever you can. And all three of my species eat jerky. And of course, I do want to be firing all of these people. And we want to burn one more. There we go. So now we are down to hostility 2. Don't forget you can shift plus click to fill all the spots with the same species and shift right click to remove all the villagers. Thank you. I continue to forget that. I'm not taking the people because I don't want to boost our hostility right now, given that I am currently burning to keep our hostility down. We do have spare herbs, so I'm going to put one human in there. I do want more building materials, but you know what? I think we're okay for right now. And we're going to cool it a little bit on our... yeah, we're going to... Ooh. Parts. Hey, bonus meat every time we meet? We're going to do bonus meat for meat. That's huge. But it is the start of year 7, and that means we're basically halfway through. So, if you are watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you spending more than an hour listening to me talk to chat and play Against the Storm. I'm so glad you were here. Remember, you can like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube-y stuff to get the algorithm senpai to notice me, as I would very much like it to notice me, and promote me to more people. So, if you like it, please do like it. If you didn't like it, go ahead and tell me why. Gonna shoot myself in the foot by asking, but you know what? Go ahead. boost the engagement. I'd love to hear it. Uh, yeah. Regardless, I want to give a shout out to chat for being here and making my stream extra spicy. So thank you all for being here in chat. And again, you can catch me live on twitch.tv/dreadcanary Monday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Regardless, I hope to see you in the next one. Have yourself a great day.